My name is Cole Leighton, and I am a two-time graduate of the University of Southern Maine. In 2010, while working on a degree in sociology, I took an art class to satisfy a core requirement. During this time, I discovered how much I enjoyed making art in a variety of mediums. Because of this, I decided to take several more art courses as electives. One of the classes that I signed up for was a book arts class. I had absolutely no idea what book arts was, but after a short time in the class, I fell in love. I discovered that I really enjoyed working in a medium that used 2D and 3D art skills, and one that I felt asked viewers of my work to physically and not just visually interact with it. I had the privilege to take another book art course the following semester, but in 2011 I graduated with my BA in sociology and moved out of the state, so I sadly had to say goodbye to book art classes. A few years later, I returned to Maine, and in 2017 I was able to return to the University of Southern Maine for a second time. At this point, I was able to attend summer book art programming, as well as courses during the regular school year to complete a minor in book arts. I explored a variety of bookbinding techniques, as well as new ways to develop and create content. I realized during this time that I really liked adding embroidery to my books, and so I created a series of 3 accordion books that featured this technique. I found that sewing on the page creates crisp lines while also adding a textural element to the page. In 2019, I completed a semester-long project that involved designing 3 distinctly different books, each focusing on incorporating 2 contrasting themes together in one cohesive piece. I also wanted the series to push the envelope a bit and expand on the bookbinding structures that I had learned so far. The first of these books was called Arced and Angled. It's a dos-a-dos binding structure with curved lines, circles, and ovals on one side of the book, in contrast to the angled lines, hexagons, and squares on the other side. This book was created using screen printing, embroidery, and ink. Instead of the traditional cover, the book slides into a sleeve when closed. The second book I created was titled Built in Biological Forms. I created a box for this book by laminating, bending, and gluing thin strips of walnut and maple wood. When you open the box, there are 2 books. These open to create 2 separate spheres, or they can be attached to create one large sphere. The pages are created using fine lines and stippling. Both books contain geometric shaped designs, with one book including imagery based on human-made objects, whereas the other book contains imagery based on items that can be found in nature. The last of the 3 books is titled Fire and Ice. In spring break of 2019, I had the chance to take a study abroad art education course in Iceland. While there, I was able to view the vast waterfalls, giant seaside cliffs, interesting rock formations, natural springs, and geysers that the country has to offer. It was all that natural beauty that served as inspiration for this book. The book was created using paste paper, paint, and Icelandic wool. It unfolds upward and out to look like the continental rift that can be seen cutting through the country. One half of the book is red to represent the volcanoes or fire from the country's nickname, and the other half is blue to represent the glaciers or ice. In May of 2020, I was awarded a BFA in art education with a concentration in ceramics and a minor in book arts. In addition to a love of making books as an artist, I also enjoy using them as an art educator. Artist books can be a versatile way to incorporate multiple art and in general education concepts into one lesson plan. The students are thrilled to create their own books, and it is always exciting for me to see what they create. My hope is that if you have not already started creating books of your own, that you too try your hand at creating book art.